on USA.
And you look over the men you'll be working with. They've broken up now into groups. A few are batting their gums in a corner.
Well, I guess I'll round up my heathen brethren and we'll be on our way.
Cowboy Cope back with another dope video, y'all. You dig. My son said I don't say you dig no more. He's like, how come you don't say you dig no more, Dad? And I'm like, it's always a you dig. We at the rodeo arena. My rodeo arena. And I got chaparita, chaparita, mamacita, chaparita. And we got Zora. We got Fancy. And we got a long day today. I'll tell you that, we're gonna be out here for a long time. Doing a lot of stuff. First thing we're gonna be doing today is cleaning the horses up. We got a lady that's an artist, her name is Beth. And then a guy, I can't think of his name, but he's also a mini short documentary type of guy. I don't know what you want to call it, but so Beth is a portrait artist. So she wants to do my portrait, and then they want to record, I guess, to give me like a little interview. Oh, here, let me help you chop. Here. All right. Wait, we don't start with that one. We gotta start with the big brush. Get the big brush first. You see the big one? That one, yeah. Okay. Wait, you're gonna brush Zora. Huh? You're gonna, one-handed. I really need a tripod, y'all. All right. Easy, girl. All right, stand right here. There you go, and then now you brush her. Good job. Good job, easy. Good brush her. There you go, just like that. So yeah, so we're finna do that today, and then we have cowgirl Brittany coming, and she's going to be helping me out today with a couple things, and then also getting some ride time in because she needs to get that in the saddle in on Fancy. Then we got an event planner coming, so trying to throw a big event. And then we got, I actually stopped recording while I was just sitting there talking, not recording. And then we got event planner to throw an event out here. Content creator, she wants to shoot some content. And then we have, oh shoot. Oh, lesson that I have with an autistic child. So if I can get it all on video, I'm gonna get it. If I can't, it's all good. So I'll get what I can and then go from there. Yes. Keep brushing. You're doing good. Doing a good job. So I'll get with y'all in a minute. Yeah, we're setting it up right now. You ready? Yeah. Keep talking. I like horses. As I got older, I got
Yeah, the dog can protect everybody. So I wait a minute.
We're gonna get you on today. Everybody wanna ride? We ride.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
do it.
I'm out here all day. Guys, I got ride lessons to do, so.
Okay, yeah, let me settle.
Huh? Yeah, I want to give everybody an experience. You know, you step in horse poop is good luck. That's old cowboy stuff. I stepped in a lot of horse poop, but I'm still waiting on that luck to come. But yeah, so this is Fancy here. She's 14. She's an appendix horse. So appendix is a thoroughbred quarter horse cross. And so quarter horse is the reason why they call them quarter horse is because they're the fastest horse in the quarter mile. So technically, out of all breed of horses, they are the fastest horse. Quarter horse. Yes. Now that's in the quarter mile. Well, the quarter mile is 1 lap around the track. Yeah.
It's 100 meters, I'm sorry.
So yeah, so 4 laps is a mile on the track. So you race this horse in comparison to any other horse, then you're gonna get this horse is gonna win. And of course, I mean, if you have a trained race horse, compared to, but on average, that's why they're called quarter horse. They're an American breed that is actually technically a mixed breed. So North America, there are no indigenous horses to North America. All the horses, even the Mustangs, the wild horses, they were all brought here. Yeah, so the Dutch, the Spaniards, they all brought the horses here. And then during wars and during battles and during all these different things, what they ended up doing was, horses would get loose. And then so the horses got loose, they would go wild, they would breed. And that's how we have the Mustang breed of the United States of America. Yeah. Now, also too, when it comes to the Mustang, quarter horses are a cross between a Mustang and a few other breeds of horses. Thoroughbreds are across, that's across as well. Thoroughbreds, what you see on the racetrack, horses. So she's a thoroughbred and a quarter horse. So that's so Dora is a Spanish horse, Andalusian. So she's a pure-blooded horse that her bloodline comes from Spain. Andalusia is the location her bloodline comes from. Yeah, I know. And your mouth is crazy. Action. It's okay. This is real life cowboy cowgirl stuff, right? Yeah. She's my little cowgirl. She comes out with me most of the time. Yeah. So, all right. So, I'm gonna just kind of give like a short lesson of how we do it. So, this is the saddle pad here. This is the saddle, right? So, the saddle pad is like the equivalent of putting your underwear on before you put the pants on, right? And so, we put the saddle pad before we put the saddle on because it protects the horse's coat, their skin, and the body from just direct contact with the saddle. The saddle usually kind of shifts a little bit here and there, so it eliminates chafing and things like that. This is the saddle. So you got the saddle seat here. It's called the saddle horn here. These are saddle skirts. These are stirrups. This is the stirrup here. These are fenders or stirrup leathers. And then how we connect the saddle to the horse is we use what right here is called a girth, or also called a cinch. Okay? And then we use this piece of leather here, which is called a latigo. It's my favorite part of the saddle because it's a cool word. It's called latigo. And this is, latigo. Yep. Latigo, yeah. So the latigo is what connects the cinch from one side to the other side. So yeah, so now the next thing I'm gonna grab it is her bridle. Yeah. So this is the bridle here. This whole setup is the bridle. And this is how we drive the horses. So these are the reins. This is what we hold on to with our hands here. This, let me do it here. I put it away so it won't drag. This is the head stall. Okay, so this is the head stall, this piece of leather right here. Headband right here. This is the bit. This is the part that goes in the horse's mouth. So, now there are different types of bits that people use. People use more aggressive bits. When I mean aggressive, just touch some more parts of the horse's mouth. So when you're controlling them, you don't have to use as much pressure. So a bit like this uses about 5 to 10 pounds of pressure. Right? Now, a good rider only needs 1 to 2 pounds of pressure to let the horse know what you want them to do. Right? I want to get to the point where I become such a good rider where I can wear bareback and no halter. Now I can ride bareback, but I still need I still need a bridle. But I've seen guys and girls ride bareback with no bridle. Yeah.
Moving the clouds. I can't even like
The athleticism and the trust and just the understanding between you and this animal is amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, so the way that we put this on is so I'm gonna put the reins over her neck first. Like this. And what this is gonna do, keep it out of the way so I don't step on it. Now everyone has their tendency. And when I say tendency, is like her tendency is like head side.
you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Yeah, that's what got you.
yeah, so
He likes his head, right?
Zoda doesn't mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Rusty, he doesn't like to be cinched up too fast. You gotta take the time and learn trying to. Yeah, he's over there. Fancy, she's his head side. So what I do is I actually put it on really loose and then I tighten it up with my finger. So what we do is we reach over here, do it over here, and hold it. This is how it's straight. And take it forever right now. So I put my thumb in her mouth so they think she opens their mouth. Now you have some horses that just open their mouths up instantly, but then some horses don't. So I'm gonna tell you. So horses have their front tooth here, right?
Wow.
And then she's had some vintage work before I got it, but they'll have canines here. There's canines right here. The rest of their teeth aren't turned all the way back. Yeah. So the way this is they bite, goes back into their mouth, and then they grind in the back of the mouth. So that's how they eat. Yeah. So the front teeth are literally just for pull. It's just pull. You don't chew now with the front teeth. The reason why I can put my finger in her mouth is because once I pass the canine, the breathe for it back here, there's nothing here. So I can put my thumb in the mouth. And there it goes. So we're gonna try to go. Try it a little bit.
I mean, when I did the
Oh. Oh. That's the headshot.
Girl, are you getting on that one?
That's the head. No, she's the one I do my lessons on. She's good. That's just the headshot. She's good.
Don't touch my head.
Yeah, that's.
I don't like that.
No.
Like it's right there on your body. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking this. Yeah, some parts you're like, other than that, I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Come on, guys. I'm like,
Yeah, that's it.
I have like one question for y'all.
Yeah.
That will help inform me with the portrait. So whenever I first moved here from Texas 9 years ago, it took me like 6 months to get used to seeing people that look like me. Literally, like no, seriously. It just took me a while to acclimate to this, which has been amazing. It's also impacted my art a lot. And so, like, I've done the series since 2013. I don't even know I've lost count of how many portraits are in this series, but everyone has a different experience with colorism and identity. I found that, where you are based geographically can impact that as well. But I'm just wondering, like, when's the first time that you ever heard of the bad test? If you have you ever
So my mom used to say like oh still too bad. I missed you saying my mom. Oh yeah, so my mom was when I was said that the devil is saying that you know that my well not necessarily white passing, but she had more you know more opportunity, you know more respect, you know.
yeah.
So that was actually from my mom. My mom told me that was the thing. And so my mom's side of the family from Mississippi.
Okay, me too. My family's from Mississippi too, and that's exactly how I heard it through my great grandmother, and then my mother.
Okay.
So I that checks out. Okay, because I was gonna ask, like, are they from California? No.
Yeah, no. So my mom's side from Mississippi, my dad's side from Atlanta. But my mom is a military kid, and so she came, you know, they traveled with my grandfather all over the world, and they settled out in Rancho Cordova when the base was still over in Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she retired, and they moved off the base, and so yeah, she's been here most of her like high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really
For adolescence, she did like Germany, bunch of other places.
yeah.
So yeah, but that's what I heard about this.
Okay.
This other day.
Have you experience here in California has been
In regard to tourism?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a real thing. And it's a real thing because we are super diverse, but because we're super diverse, there are a lot of light skins and there are a lot of dark skins. But because you have a lot of mulattoes, you have a lot of black and Mexicans, black and Asians, you know, so going to school, you know, it's like, you know, back mama put Vaseline and you like, man, you look like Pat Leather right now. You know, and you know, it's crazy to say that because um damn, like it took me I was I was sitting in prison. I'll never forget. I was sitting in prison. Actually, I was getting ready to go to prison. I was in solitary. They had put me in solitary for 5 months. And I was by myself. And I couldn't work for college reading. I was telling my about that time. And I didn't realize how similar, you know, like how part time was down there. You know, how similar it was. You know, and so, yeah, okay. And so, I don't know where I had came to the realization, but I decided to think of it out. Like, that's why I got all life in the kids. No, like seriously, this is before I had her, right? So like, I had 3 names. So my oldest son is white Puerto Rican and black. So his mom is white Puerto Rican. My second son is still his mom is Filipino and black, right? And my daughter, her mom is Nicaragua. Her mom is Nicaragua, but she's first generation here, and so she's started here, right? So then that's my started out. But at the time, I didn't realize that I subconsciously from all of the colorism growing up, I intentionally found lighter skin to have babies with, thinking my kids didn't go through what I was, you know, like I grew up in that. So I'm 87, born in what's that like? 87, born in 87. So I grew up in the 90s, elementary school, you know, and then high school was the early 2000s, right? So that 90s, you know, even when you watch like the old, like Jamie Foxx and Martin and stuff like that, like they used to talk so much stuff like, you know, like, oh, that's that light skin coming out, or you know what I'm saying, or oh, that's that dark skin energy. And that was like a real thing, like that you used to see on sitcoms. You know what I mean? Like in real life. And so with that being said, it's funny you asked me that question, but I didn't look at it like that. I was like, oh, I like what I like. Mm-hmm. But no, I was like, no, I realized that I self-consciously intentionally went and had light skinned kids so that they didn't have to deal with that. So I was like, life is already enough for being a black. You know what I'm saying? So it's like being dark skinned and black, you know what I'm saying? With nappy hair and you know what I mean? Like it was just all of that was derogatory connotation when it came to all the different treatments that people would regarding what we, in regards to how they communicate. Right. You know? And so, you found yourself waking up. Like, for example, even when I went to college, I was starting to and such and such like college. And it's like, if you're dark skin, you play Omega Psi Phi, right? Your light skin says Kappa. That's a thing, right? And so, or just even with the sororities, the light skin is your right? But your dark skin is your Delta. Yep, Delta. I was gonna say band. Delta. And so, yeah, this is a real thing that we do deal with in our society. I do feel like maybe now, I'm like, if we keep mixing, we're all gonna look the same eventually, right? Which I'm like, man, now we're gonna always work in, so we're gonna find a way to either click or not click. I'm reading a book right now by Robert Greene called The Law of Human. He also wrote 40 Long Power, Artist Seduction, and stuff like that. So Law of Human Nature. And the chapter I'm talking about right now is just people wanting to be inclusive in groups. And so how basically what he says in that book is that he says that humans will build a tighter bond off of hatred, and then they'll build a tighter bond amongst each other off of hatred when they grow up. So, like, say for example, if we say me and Brittany say, "Oh yeah, nah, I don't like that," and she's like, "Yeah, I don't like that either," and then we go around and tell your friends, like we're more likely to actually feel closer and bond because of that, rather than, "Hey, you like that? Yeah, I don't like that." So it's just it's a crazy psychologically how we think. You know what I mean? And for us to understand that too, as humans, it's like there's a lot that there's a lot that they know about how we think that we don't even know that that's how we think. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of subconscious meaning from social media. Like I was this morning, I don't eat breakfast, and I don't eat breakfast because I do a lot of fasting. And so this morning I'm listening to one of my podcasts in the morning, and I did know this, but they were just breaking it down to reiterate where breakfast was intentionally created by the powers that be to market so that we would spend more money. Hundreds of thousands of years, we didn't eat breakfast. We woke up, we did the necessary work, we ate around noon, we took our breakfast, got our fresh, after the last end of the night, we had our supper, and now we didn't eat breakfast. So breakfast was created by, I can't think of the guy's name, but the guy that did Kellogg. Okay. And so you can see like throwing all this. I don't know about the seeds, but Kellogg's is like they hold like every cereal. You know what I mean? It's like that's their Coke. They know like every drink that you can think of. But yeah, but these are things that are like intentionally done, and we don't even realize. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about 100 years ago when Cowboy didn't have breakfast. Breakfast wasn't a thing, right? But now breakfast is the best meal of the day. It's actually a lie. Like scientifically for your body, it's a lie. It's not good to eat breakfast when you first wake up in the morning. Because what you're doing, breakfast is actually breaking your fast. You know what I mean? But your body doesn't need to break your fast. You actually should be continuing fasting a minimum of 12 hours from the last time. So that's other stuff too. That's a lot of stuff. But ready, right? Yes. But I want to hear your answer too, Brittany. Okay. How do I do this? Can I grab this? No. Well, no, you don't need that. We're gonna do it the right way.
USA. And you look over the men you'll be working with. They've broken up now into groups. A few are batting their gums in the corner.
Well, I guess I'll round up my heathen brethren and we'll be on our way.